yes, the schools have a lot to do in teaching our children more than just mathematics and English. But
Exactly.
See, in this, I live in the UK, and in the UK and the West generally, they do more than teaching maths and English. And I'm a parent of three daughters, and I come to believe that in some areas they do more than they should. You see, now I've talked about this particular thing is that there are people who don't have children who have decided not to have children, but they work in the space where they have access to influence other people's children. See, I mean, before now, I wasn't very conscious of it. But in recent years, I step back, I say, wait a minute, you don't have children, you don't want to have children, but you want to teach my children more than math, English, history. I have a problem with that. See, because you have not committed yourself. Okay? Because if you teach my children something and something goes wrong 2-3 years after my child leaves your school, who will carry the burden? Me. You don't have any people who don't have a stake. Yes, a stake in children. Okay? And they want to influence your children, and if something goes wrong, you are going to carry the burden. So me, I'm reluctant now, based on what I've seen. I'm reluctant to actually let the schools teach my children beyond academic work.
Yeah, in Europe and in America, yes, I understand the fear, because here in Africa, the information we hear is that in a place like America, the teachers now will tell you that don't let your parent tell you are a man, or you are a boy, or you are a girl.
That's one side. Yes.
Now, that is the challenge in Europe. I mean, you people, you have the people there, they have grown, they have developed to that level where they can challenge God. They can tell God that, look, I'm not a man. I want to turn to a woman, that kind of a thing. You don't do such a thing in this part of the world, in Africa here.
Yes, okay.
Born a boy, you are a boy. If you are born a girl, you are a girl. And also, in this part of the world, if any school go beyond, or you say maybe it's a Christian school or a Muslim school, and you are contradicting the values of Christianity or the values of Islam, the parent will talk. You dare not do that. In fact, the proprietor of the school will dismiss such a teacher. I ask the teachers, I ask the school, I keep speaking in so many secondary schools. When they are doing their graduation, they invite me. I've spoken in nothing less than 5 schools in the last 3 to 4, 5 years. They invite me to speak at a graduation of students, and I tell them the truth about life. So that is the reality where you are. But in this part of the world, of course, they will teach you the curriculum. But you see, it is the duty of the father to go beyond what they teach in school. You see, when we say education does not end with physics, chemistry, biology.
Yeah. That's the start.
You understand me? What we call education is what is left in you after you have left the 4 walls of the classroom. What is left in you after you have left the four walls of the classroom. That's what we call education. Education is not just physics, chemistry, biology. Manners is part of education.
Yep.
Culture is part of education. You see, when you go, I graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, and the motto of the university is learning and culture.
Okay.
Learning and culture. When you go to school and they teach you physics, chemistry, biology, that is learning. But when you learn about your culture, you learn the realities of life. There's what we call civics. You know how to respect elders. You know how to do things. You can do all sorts of things there. This is when they will say you have a round education, robust education. And this education cannot be given to you only in the school.
Yes.
Your parents are there to give you part of this education. Therefore, it does not end in the school. The responsibility is also that of the parent. Yeah. The parents are the first teacher of every student or of every child.
Yes, I do agree. Absolutely. I was lucky that both of my parents were teachers. So they did the normal schooling, and they say everything I have is what my parents put in me. They
exactly.
We are all
good
products
job of our parents. Exactly.
Yeah. You know, so